Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Skyblock, almost said Skywars video today. It's been a while since I've done my last recording. A lot has changed on my island. The last episode that I recorded was me building my house, but there's definitely a lot of minion changes and just a lot of stuff has happened since then. There's probably been about a week since the last recording. So I wanted to walk you through what my island is looking like now. I figured I'd record with shaders for this first part because it looks so damn good, but you know, it's very laggy. Anyways, I think the theme in this video is going to be what I've learned in terms of making a efficient island and kind of how you should start out, or I guess a recommendation for you guys to start out. Excuse me. I didn't even... Why? Are you done? Can I continue? Anyways, I kind of want to make kind of a tutorial about how to start out if you guys are trying to get started with Skyblock. The tips that I've been given and also just kind of learned along the process. The main one being, make sure you are maxing your minions. I can't stress this enough. It is so important that you have down the maximum amount of minions you can have at one time, because that way you're not wasting those slots, you're gaining more resources, and you can move and progress faster in this game. So, I haven't been on today. That was the oven. I need to go throw my food in. I'll be back. Okay. There we go, food's in. But like I was saying, make sure that you're making as many minions as possible as well. As you can see, I've just been making as literally any minion I can just to unlock more slots. And I cannot stress that enough. That has been so helpful. There's still so many more that I have to make, but even just making the amount that I have here has unlocked me several more slots. And that just goes to whatever resource at the time I'm trying to gain more of. For example, if we take a look at our minions, we'll just give you a brief walkthrough of what we're rocking currently. So I changed out the wheat minion, as you can see, for a sugarcane minion because I hadn't had one of those yet. And secondly, I'm trying to work on enchants. That's where it's going to go right here. And we're going to need some enchanted bookshelves. I don't want to make this an ugly cube. Enchanted bookshelves will work as 15 bookcases. I'm going to just put like 1 or 2 of them in here. I don't remember what enchant level I should be going for, but I believe I need 32 total bookcases. So that probably means I just need 1 or 2 enchanted bookcases. So that's what we're working on in terms of sugarcane. But to extend off of what I was saying, you should really just be using the minion that you need at that point in time. So like if you see something in your collection that you want to go for example, as you know, I have barely any glowstone. Say I want to get this glowstone minion and start using glowstone. Eventually I would like a blazing fortress portal, so that's something I'll probably go do, maybe even in this episode. So I also put a fishing minion on here because fishing is very slow if you're doing it yourself, and wow, look at that. I figured it would be a lot better if I just did it this way. So as you can see, check this out. This is what a fishing minion gets you. You get all of these things, minus lily pads, which is unfortunate, but I'll take that for now. So we get pufferfish, we get raw salmon, we get sponge, and we get just regular raw fish, which is fantastic because actually I think I can just upgrade this guy right now. Yep. Let's just upgrade him really quick. Yeah, I figured out how to do it that way. It's a lot easier. But it's just kind of about focusing on what you want to be accomplishing in a specific time frame. So, for example, I'm kind of working on the speedster's rod here because my rod's pretty bad, and I think the speedster's rod is the next one up. So that's why I switched over to fishing, because I'm able to get a lot of stuff that would otherwise take a very long time to get. So this is kind of what I'm going for. I already obviously have the materials. I just need to unlock the recipe, which we're actually pretty close on, so that's good. We'll actually go check this out real quick. So this is something I've been working on. I'm doing all my portals over to the right of the house. I want to make everything on this half just be kind of the central hub. So we're just doing the portals that we can right now. We have the gold mine, which I did first. And then I was able to do the deep cavern there. And then we also have the barn. And I have several more I can actually make. So we'll probably be getting around to doing that. And I just kind of wanted a path. So this path is going to lead right to the back stairs there. Now another thing to really emphasize, and I've said this before as well, but definitely falls into this kind of a video, is you have to make sure that you're getting on. I would say try to get on every single day, because usually in the beginning your minions will produce a max stack of items overnight, so you basically do have to get on and make sure that you're clearing that out, or else you're just wasting hours of them doing work. Obviously, as you progress, you can get compactors, which are fantastic, and I'll show you those. I've upgraded to most of those, Another thing is you can get hoppers, which that's why I have the iron guy over there. Because then when they're full, they will just sell their items, which I need to actually make money. I have a lot of resource now, but I don't have any money. So we just got to make sure we're coming around, clearing this out. We just unlocked hardened diamond. That is actually wonderful. So one thing I would definitely say though is don't be afraid to switch out minions. That was something that I wasn't doing at all really, and I don't really know why I was acting like that. Oh man, okay. But yeah, I wasn't really switching out minions because I felt like it was too much of a hassle to get rid of one minion, especially when he had already had his like predetermined place that he was set up at. But that's just not a good way to think about this. You should just be switching out minions whenever you need a new resource. You know what's funny? Even since recording this video, I've learned an exponential amount more about skyblock. And how you see me crafting the enchanted diamonds in this clip, don't do that. At the time, I didn't know you could just shift-click 5 stacks of any resource into the crafting grid, and that would make an enchanted of that resource. Let's just say it's a lot easier when you're doing it that way. With I guess the only exception being ender pearls, because the number you need is different than normal resources. Obviously you can grind the resource yourself to help along the process, but honestly that's just so much work, and if you're not really about grinding hours of something that you could just do for free with your minions, you know, that's okay. You can just store these real quick, take out the enchanted diamonds, and then we can actually go upgrade that thing. Alright, I'm going to switch off shaders just because it kills my frames and doesn't make my video look all that great. So, let me know guys though, if you do want to see an entire episode with shaders, I can switch around my settings a little bit and probably get that to work pretty well. I mean, that was recorded in 120 frames because I usually record all videos in 120 or PvP in 240. So, when you got shaders on top of all that, it really kills your computer, even with a beefy computer. So what we can do here is do the next tier to Diamond Miner 6. So we've just unlocked that. We should have extras as well. That is a little out of my price range actually. I highly recommend going for compactors. They're very nice for this exact reason. They just put everything into a block form if it's possible. So we just come over here, see, look at this. You know how much I'd be missing out on if I didn't have a compactor? Just think of that. These are blocks versus just a stack of 64, so we're literally 9 times as profitable right now. Anyways, let's just collect all that. Honestly, the redstone is probably going to be something that I switch out very quickly because I don't really need anything. Don't be afraid to switch things out because this is pretty useless to me currently. I'm definitely going to find a better use for this guy. In fact, I think I'm going to do that right now. Same thing goes over here. We have an auto smelter, which smelts them into ingots, and then a compactor, which also puts them into blocks. So we can just quickly do that. So we just unlocked... Okay, that's my timer for my food. God. Okay, we are back with food, and I can continue what I was saying. What was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, yes, I do remember, actually. The budget hopper. So this is very, very important because now we can upgrade all of these to budget hoppers so that we aren't wasting any resource. It'll just sell it for 50% of the selling price. The only really useful thing about redstone is the fact that it is actually a requirement for, I believe, the compactor. Yeah, it is. So you do need an enchanted redstone for the compactor, but other than that, it's not all that useful as far as I know. This is weird because it stacks. You'll see in a second. But this is a new thing that I got on my island as well. Thank you to Cactus. I believe I upgraded it once. He gave me an Enderman 2 though, and it's very useful. So it stacks it in 64, but it actually takes it out as 16s because it puts it in your inventory. So it's... Oh, we only need 16. I'm going to go grab a couple more and we'll upgrade that. So we have our 16 there. We can quickly upgrade that. And then I think I'm going to try to get some budget hoppers going. I should have the iron for it. There we go, we upgraded that. He's got a ton more slots. This is a thing that you should be looking out for when you're crafting minions. You want to see how many more you have to craft till your next minion unlock. So you can upgrade, and that also counts as a new minion because you've never made it before. But additionally, any tier 1s will also count, so it's very easy to get tier 1s made, and then you get that unlock. Again, this is more of a guide to being more AFK. You can be more active and probably be more productive playing Skyblock, but I like to hop on, collect all my resources, do some important things, and then get off. Usually because these videos take forever to make. Wow, look at that. We can make 4. That's awesome. Let's upgrade this guy though, huh? We'll just put one in here just to be safe, just in case I don't get on for a day or something. Additionally, we'll put one in here, and I mean, I guess we'll put one in here as well, because this should fill up relatively quickly as well. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out what I kind of want to go for here. I do have that one slot that I have, and I think I want to make it something from the Blazing Fortress. Maybe one of these two, if I can find those, or even gas tier. I don't know. I think maybe gas tier. Who knows? We'll see what it's like in there. I've never been there, so. So a couple of non-island related things. When you drop an item on the ground, the despawn time for this item is very, very quick. So make sure you don't do anything where I've already done this accidentally, but I had my Ember Rod. I shot my Ember Rod at just accidentally. Happened to hit one of the chests I used to have over there, and I lost about half a chest because all the items were on the ground for slightly too long, and they despawned. Be very careful about like either axing a chest to move it or something like that, because you could lose all your items if you're not very quick. That's just something that I have already dealt with. Another thing, if you're very new and you're just trying to understand the game a little bit, the quest log. Just do these quests. They will help you learn so much about the game. It literally just walks you perfectly through the early stages of the game. So just work on all these quests. Some of them have as you can see here, the mining one has a ton to it. So it's just all about leveling up, doing little tasks for some people. You get some cool rewards. You get a bunch of coins, XP, understand where to go. That stuff helped me a ton. I definitely consider myself in the mid-game right now. I'm not even close to end-game content, but definitely mid-game content is kind of, I think I finally breached into that. Take all my suggestions with a little grain of salt, because I still am not the most experienced player. I feel like I have to say that 150 times, because I'll still get comments saying, you know, this isn't even, you shouldn't even focus on this, you know, don't do that, don't do what he says, he's a noob. It's like, yeah, probably. Getting these are obviously very, very useful. The one thing I'd say about those is Ender Pearls are hard to come by. Originally, unless you're buying them. You could just buy them off the auction house or something like that, but grinding them, like just killing Endermen on your island and unlocking the Minion recipe, is super difficult unless you go all the way to, I believe, the end. I haven't even been there, but I was lucky enough to get given a bunch of stuff Enderman related, so I wouldn't focus too heavy on these. Although they're super convenient, it might take you a little bit of time to start getting portals, because each portal does take a stack of Ender Pearls. I wouldn't use your initial stacks of Ender Pearls on the portals. I would use them on the Minion, and then you can kind of freely make the portals whenever you want. It's very good to have these storage chests, which is in the wood category. You can see right here. You can see here that Oak 4 is a small storage chest. You don't even need a Minion for that, but it's easier just to get a Minion for that. To keep your sanity, I would, maybe don't go as overboard as I did with this house, but like, making a place that is actually kind of more permanent on your island, where you can actually sort your stuff and store things, helps a lot. At least it helps me mentally kind of think about things and see visually very easily what I have and what I can go for. People are going to basically just tell you, oh, that's not right, do this instead, blah blah blah. But that's the thing about Skyblock. There's so many ways that you can play the game that maybe it's just best to play it how you want to play it and not really worry about a lot of other things. You know, some people are like, oh, this is the most OP route, this is the quickest route to doing things, blah 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 blah. I didn't even look at you. Oh my. There's some armor in here that probably isn't all that good, but it's kind of cool, and maybe you want to go for that, and I think that's fine to do. You can pursue something weird that someone else doesn't really ever pursue. Oh, there's another tip I got the other day. Magical mushroom soup allows you to fly on your island. It gives you like 2 minutes of flying, so that's something that I think I'm gonna have to probably make a mushroom minion. That's how we'll end this episode. We'll make our little boy. I guess another tip is making all of the skilling armors if you can. It's nice because it just gives you boosts for whatever you're doing. The angler's very nice, things like that. So some skilling armor is a lot better than others, but well, I mean, it doesn't look very natural, but I think he needs permanent darkness to grow, so I had to kind of do this for him. I mean, it said too much light, so I'm assuming that's exactly what needs to happen. I need 70, that's not even that bad. Let me know if this was helpful by leaving a comment and a like on the video. It really helps me out. The problem I have with these videos is I always forget some important tip or trick, and I remember it the second I'm done with it or while I'm editing it. Anyways, again, let me know if you want to see a whole episode in shaders. I think it would be pretty cool. It's just a different style, and not everyone likes shaders, to be honest. Subscribe if you're brand new, or if you're a returning viewer. Thank you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.